Hello, my castaways, and welcome back to another Stranded Deep speedrun. We're getting that time down further and further, guys. It's not quite at the 30-minute mark, but I got it just a smidge closer. So take a look at our new speedrun map. I found this a couple days ago. It just looked like it was pretty tight. We're going to go off these two islands and then hit up the boss locations in the order of Luska, Avia, and then Meg. Or maybe it's Meg and then Avia. And then go off to our ending ship. Alright, let's get into this. For anyone who's been asking, I switch off between the male and female characters every time I do a speedrun, so the gender is completely random. I used to be kind of superstitious about using the male character because I always had really bad setups, but now I just kind of switch it off, just have a little bit of variety. Back on our plane. I'm going to skip this though. Press escape to skip this opening cutscene. So the only thing that was really different about this run than my previous run, which was about 35 minutes, was just that whenever I started doing something like collecting up coconuts or collecting up sticks, I just focused on doing that until I knew I had enough, just trying to segment everything in the run down until I had the process down the best way that I could figure out how to do it on this island stream, I guess. I also was struggling with trying to get everything out of the crates. I've been trying to empty stuff out as I'm moving. That way I'm still actually doing something instead of just standing on the beach and dropping stuff out of my inventory. So I can't actually move. I can't do my speed walking whenever I have things. I'm rifling through things in my inventory. So I figure if I can just dump stuff while I'm getting out of these wrecks, that will save me just a tiny bit of time. I got real lucky here and found, I think I got all 3 jerry cans here on the first island. If not, I got a double stack of jerry cans, which is really, really rare. Usually don't find any, but I found 2 in 1 crate this time, or 1 locker or something like that. I say that, I might be thinking of the previous run, so don't crucify me if we don't find 2 jerry cans in a crate here. I've also been trying not to pick up any extra crates that I don't need. I think I can handle it with like 5 now, especially if I'm doing the fuel first, because that saves the crate that I have set aside for sticks. Once I empty that out to make the fuel stills, I can fill that right back up with spears, so I don't need to waste time emptying out an additional crate for an extra box of spears. Just using my speed walking to kind of check out the surrounding area, make sure I didn't miss any wrecks. If anyone wants to know how to do the speed walking glitch, just message me on speedrun.com or Twitter or Reddit, and I will let you know how to do it. I'm not trying to hide it from anyone. I am trying to hide it from one group of people, and that's the people that can affect the programming of this game. So if you want to know, I'm happy to let you know. I just don't put it anywhere publicly. So yeah, and the swim jumping thing, all I'm doing is pressing spacebar right as I exit the water. And if you're playing normally and you press jump right when you exit the water, you actually get just a little bit of air. I'm pretty certain that's an intended mechanic. I can't actually get Beam Team to talk to me about that. But anyways, if you utilize that while you're speed walking, you can fly up in the air, as I have done several times in the last couple speed runs. Whoa. I guess I decided I didn't need that cloth. Yeah, so I just wanted to get rid of it so I didn't end up wasting the lashing making 3 bandages. I shouldn't need 3 bandages. I can duplicate bandages by climbing up onto a Bosch structure or something, or a raft, or one of those pull-up bars that's on the ship. So I really only need 1 bandage. I like to have 1 or 2 extras though, because it's very easy to misclick that. I think we just found the 2 jerry cans in 1 crate, or I had found 1 in one of the other crates and found 1 in that crate as well. And I'm thinking of a different run that I did right before this or something. Interestingly enough, Agoork did his 32-minute time, and he did the fuel still, all that stuff, and also did a boss kill before going to sleep on the first night. In this run, I don't do that. I just still do the fuel on the first day here, and then I go off and kill all 3 bosses in the second day. So I think it's very obvious that we can drop this time below 30 minutes for sure, because you know, if we combine our 2 methods, how little difference they have. If we combine our 2 methods, then there's no reason that I shouldn't be able to get the fuel distilled, kill one of those bosses, then have, you know, even less to do on the second day. I just didn't accomplish that on this run. I think I have a proclivity for staying on this first island and getting as much done as possible here, because once I start moving, I feel the urge to just get to the end destination and I don't know, just be to that final spot where I'm going to put up the stills. So it's, at least for me, important for me to get as much done on this first island as possible. I might need to change that method later on, trying to drop this time even further, but for now it's what works for me, and I guess until I'm ready to start switching methods, that's probably what I'm going to keep on doing. Man, one of these potatoes is hiding in this bush. There we go. Like I was saying, just I decided I'm going to collect up all the sticks, so that's already done. I love that, just getting something out of the way. It's one less thing to juggle in my head that I got to think about. I did probably like 5 attempts today, the day that I ended up doing this speedrun, so there's a little bit of bleeding through from previous runs and my memories of this one. I think I'm making spears to get the crafting level to make the pickaxe. I don't know why I'm so desperately looking around for a 4-stick ficus. 2 will probably do. Yeah, there we go. I think I'm looking around for a crate. There's just one extra that yeah, that's right, I left one down here as I was talking about how I didn't need this crate, and I think I end up needing it just to put spears in. Yeah, I was one short of my crate count when I was collecting them up. Might as well drop some things out of my inventory while I'm, just stalling out in the middle of the air there. I'm also still getting around the new pile crafting. I'm not used to where things pop up in the inventory with the pile crafting popping up there now, so it's a little confusing for me. And now time for coconuts. I remember in the run right about here thinking about how I felt like I was moving so slow. I've been doing a whole lot of different other gameplay, different types of gameplay, you know, glitchless and setting up for the Deep Play series and the dev challenge that I got for speedrunning a game. So I just wasn't, I guess I just wasn't focused enough. Alright, we're finally off to the next island. So I should have gotten pretty much everything that I needed to out of the way, except for crafting a few spears and finding something. I think I just need the potatoes and maybe like one more plank scrap or something. Potatoes and lashings, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think I have everything I need for the stills. So it's really just getting off to the next islands and then getting the still made after I get a couple crafting levels from spears. I wasn't doing such a great job at counting lashings this time. On my 35-minute run, man, I just had that. I was counting everything pretty well. Not air cans. And this one, I don't know why. I think I just struggled around keeping track of them. I wasn't counting them as I was putting them into my boxes, so I didn't know how many I needed for coconut flasks, and then needed a 4 on top of that for the still. It was just... Every time, man, there's something that just gets hung up in your brain, or something goes wrong, you don't find what you need. There's just always something. And so I wanted to make sure that we crafted all this stuff so I didn't end up crafting too many spears to get my levels. As I said in 35-minute run, it's pretty important to maximize your ability to get crafting XP. So, you know, making kindling, those fires, the rings around them, everything, it all adds up to getting that level. And you don't truly need as many spears as I end up making for pretty much any run you've ever seen in mine to kill all the bosses. It's more of the fact that I need those to gap that crafting level, and they're useful for Luska, so I might as well just carry mine. Or, well, use them there. In fact, I'm pretty confident that I can kill all the bosses with just an axe now. Pretty quickly, too. Not like it'll take me 3 minutes. I think I'm getting up a lashing for the shelter, because that's something else that I can craft. Oh, no, just lashings for the coconut flasks. But I'll also need one for the shelter, and then probably some replacement ones to make the still, too. So this is an easy place where I could have saved some time, just making sure I actually got all of those fibrous leaves out of yucca plants, so I didn't have to go chopping down tiny little palm saplings to get this stuff done. We were so confident that, you know, 35 was going to be like the tip of the mark, but man, just every time we keep on coming back and proving that it can be done faster. Newer worlds also helps too. I've set up a system so I have a little auto clicker to scroll through and do the process of rolling the worlds, and then I just record it on my screen capture system, and I'll go back and play through it and just go through like 3 hours of video of that, trying to see if any of the worlds that they go through are actually decent for speedrunning. And usually you get about 2 or 3 worlds per hour of footage, even if it only takes me a couple minutes to go through that hour. So I've got a couple on deck that I'm waiting to try out and research. This was the best one that I had found as of like a week ago, and I found some really incredible ones in the meantime. So should be some good time drops coming up, and we're definitely going to get that sub 30 time. It's inevitable. There we go. I'm wasting time making spears I don't need, man. I mean, it's not that I don't need them. They're still plenty useful. I'd rather have them than not have them, but, I mean, just should have been trying to go as fast as possible, clearly. Again, on one of the previous runs, I did the same day as this one. I started the fires for the fuel stills before I put the potatoes in, and I don't know if it was going to be a sub 30 time or not, but it didn't finish distilling the fuel. Like, there was still 1/4 of the potato thing left there, and the fire went out, so I wasn't actually able to get the fuel out. It's so infuriating. The first half of our fuel, breaking down this fuel still to get the jerry can back out of it to fill up that can. What you get back out of things that you tear down is dependent on your crafting level. So if you have a fuel still, you have the highest crafting level. So you pretty much get everything back from it except for a couple sticks and half the clay and half the scrap. See, I'm just standing around wasting time. I think I was in shock about how quickly I'd gotten this done, making sure I actually had everything, all the fuel, the food, the water, and then deciding if I needed more spears or not, which I don't. I would have loved for this first boss location to have been Meg or Abia. As I've said in the past, you get more hunter levels for killing the bosses, and Luska is the hardest boss to kill, so if you have a higher hunting level, you do more damage per spear you throw, so it takes a little bit less time. I also didn't have a label maker on this run, which made things difficult with juggling inventories. Get that thing out of here, so I just know there's one crate that I need to go to get spears if I need them, when I need them rather. I ended up not really needing these air cans for this fight because I have to go up to the surface to get more spears anyways, so they weren't super helpful. I think they were helpful in the Avia fight, just a little bit. I'd always still rather have them though. You never know when you're going to run out of breath and then get bit by the boss, and then if you don't have an air can on you, you will die before he releases you, sometimes, depending on when you get bit. Thankfully, with the practice from my glitchless runs, practicing dodging up and down so he doesn't bite me, I've gotten a lot better about not getting bitten with this speed walking. I mean, if I can get out of his way without speed walking, I can get out of his way with speed walking. It's just a matter of not lining up yourself with the way he's going and making sure you zip out of the way in some direction that's not towards his face whenever he goes to bite you. Sounds so simple, but doing this stuff in the middle of these fights, it can be a little stressful sometimes. Once again, I don't need these spears, especially for Abia or Meg. It's just gonna help me out a little bit. Maybe I can get a couple throws in while I'm waiting on them to get closer to me, or slowing down from speed walking. I remember the first time that I saw Meg, I thought that thing sticking out of her, like right where her fin is, I thought that was like an antenna. I thought that Meg was a robot. Still not 100% sure as to what it is. I think it's a tracking tag or something. Not that I think tracking tags are that massive now, but... all in all, I think it was a pretty good fight against Meg. Like, I mean, in the early bit, I had a few missed axe chops, but had a good string of them in the middle there that really sped up this fight. Alright, we're almost done. Just the Abia left. He is over a huge distance of water on this map, so I really had to line this one up perfectly to be able to nail it. And the spears are useful here just so I can get a couple shots off on him in this first bit. And of course he decided to go ahead and glitch through the ship. So what happens here is you'll notice that his indicator is inside of the ship. He is inside of that ship right now. He didn't go through it. He's just stuck in the middle there, and then he comes out. That can really screw you up on this fight. There's some weird programming going on with the Avia. Every now and then you'll be full health, and if he's close to no health and he bites you, he'll just kill you instantly, which I don't think is how they intended it. And then obviously the glitching through the ship thing. It's kind of also trying to employ the same tactics as Luska. Whenever Luska's coming at me, I'll kind of just angle a little bit off of where he is and zip forward, and then he will not hit me. I'm trying to do that a little bit with the Avia too, but I was also trying to play it a little bit safe since I really didn't want to get glitch bitten and die immediately. Alright, man, we're done. Just get to the ship. Let's go. Come on, Speedy. Earn that name. Headless Speedy. Jesus. Many thanks again to the gentleman who told me that I should be crafting my plane parts right here. Yeah, I can save a couple seconds in doing that. I should. Also, I feel like I should point out that when I'm playing this and doing a glitches allowed run, like I'm practically leaning on my wrist to be able to go that fast with my mouse. So my hand at this point was completely numb. Like I couldn't feel it hardly at all. So making that trophy was a little silly, but yeah, it happens sometimes. God, I love doing this. And the other benefit of getting onto the ship that way is it saves that little cutscene there. Just like half a second or something, but I don't know. Especially at this point when you're playing it, and you get that little cutscene, you're just like, come on, man! Like, let me get to the plane. So I can circumvent that. Save me that little bit of frustration. So when I'm playing this, I don't have like a speedrun timer up there. I find that very distracting. But I do have the little timer for my recording, and I'm looking at it right now. Like, am I going to make this? Is this going to be a record, or is this going to be like 10 seconds behind, which seems to be what I do most of the time whenever I'm trying to beat a really good run by Agoork. And that's it. Well, we still gotta fly the plane off, but that's no skin off my back. What the hell happened to this ship, man? It looks like I got hit by a meteor. And if that happened to the ship, how is this plane in this seemingly okay of condition? I mean, look at those screws or those little rivet marks. Those things are shiny. Not to mention the rubber ducky, which is remarkable. So, going forward with speedruns, once we break this 35-minute mark, we will actually be doing, you know, what every other speedrunning community for a game does, and start ending this time at that last interactable action, which is not this one where you set the or where you throttle the engine, but whenever you actually take off. So that will be our new benchmark for marking the ending time. But we want to get it down to sub 30 first. There's a little bit of hype for getting underneath that 30-minute mark, and we don't want anyone to say that, you know, we cheated or something by just dropping that time off of the gameplay. So we want to get under 35 before we make that change, but that change will be happening once that happens. And there's our starting island. See ya. Who knew this game was all about rescuing ducks? Yeah, can I get a drink, please? I think I'm gonna need one for what's coming up. Alright. 30 minutes and 57 seconds. Man, so close. So close. But as you can see throughout that run, we definitely can drop that time to sub 30. If you guys enjoyed that, please like and subscribe and turn on the notifications to know whenever I come out with a new video. Coming up next on the channel, we'll be taking on the co-op speedrun, and you'll never guess who my partner is. Keep on surviving, guys.